Nene has been like throwing all these little subliminal shots online, and everybody is assuming that she's talking about Andy need to be fired, but I don't think she said it per se. She has retweeted quite a lot of tweets, but Andy broke his silence about those Vanderpump Rules stars getting fired. We talked about that other day as well. Stassi Schroeder and the other girl, I don't know her name. I don't know that. I don't watch that show, but whatever the case may be, they all had some problematic attitudes towards people of color. Now, you know, the two ladies and a gentleman, I believe, got fired from the show. So Andy spoke out about it. And when asked about, you know, what changes there would be at Bravo, because we talked about that as well, how Bravo has, you know, talked about this new, $100 million pledge to create a better environment for its employees and all of that. Well, apparently, you know, Andy had a lot to say about it. Hold on, here's what Andy said about the firings. It's Stassi Schroeder and Christian Dultz. He said, there's so much happening in the Bravo universe. I will say this, so much talk about Vanderpump Rules. And then, of course, the reunion ended up airing last night. I will say this about what happened. I absolutely support Bravo's decision. I think it was the right decision. And I want to remind people, because I've been getting so many tweets and messages and whatever about Vanderpump Rules and about Southern Charm and other shows. I feel like I have to remind people of this all the time. I am not in charge of programming at Bravo anymore. He said he is not, honey. He says, I am not an executive producer of Vanderpump Rules. Now, he an executive producer of some other shows, but not Vanderpump Rules. He says, I don't have anything to do with that show, except I love it and I host the reunions. Now, he added, I don't produce the show, so what I want people to know is I have no say-so in hiring and firing of that show. After Bravo announced that Stassi, Kristen, and fellow Controversy Played cast members Max Boyens and Brett Caprioni would not be returning next season, a lot of other people have been speaking out about it, including Nene Leakes, who said on her Twitter, well, all righty then. Now we have a few more questions to ask about in other areas where there's a major difference. Shall we talk about it privately or publicly? She put that on her Twitter and her Instagram. Now, Andy says he did not see Nene's post, but he recently chatted with her. Oh, not with her. Oops, my bad. He chatted with Kandi. He said he didn't see Nene's post, but he chatted with Kandi. Now, people are like, you know, this is where y'all was like, hit me up like, oh, he shaded Nene. He said, he didn't see Nene, but he did talk to Kandi. Apparently, there's a whole new HBIC at BRAVO, but I digress. And he said about talking with Kandi, he said, well, there's a lot more to discuss. There's a lot more, and we're already having those discussions. And I had a great, very long talk with Kandi 2 days ago about it. She had some very fantastic suggestions for how we should move forward, and we're all ears. So Nene seems to feel, at least according to her Twitter, let's go over here to her Twitter. Let me put this Twitter in here. How I do that? Let me show y'all her Twitter, because we're gonna dissect some of these tweets. Nene seems to feel, according to her Twitter, that you know, is very interesting, and I guess it's kind of like she doesn't feel like Kandi should speak for all of them. In fact, she retweeted that because somebody said, why is Bravo and @Andy holding discussions with Kandi as if she's the boss of our HOA? Why? Nene retweeted that. Then somebody said, I don't know, but reading, I had a great, very long talk with Kandi, blah, 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 annoyed me. Assert that you're going to have these talks with all Bravo libs on your payroll. So Nene seems to, you know, agree. You know, retweeting means you co-signing. You know, that's what the people say. So when she tweeted it and said she found it interesting, she's been retweeting a lot of what other people have been saying. One of the things that she said was all of these companies coming out with large contributions towards social justice. Clearly, there are lots of executives sitting in these offices with no heart and no feelings. You sit there knowing that a Black person hasn't been treated equal. I just want you to know you're a piece of shit. Woo! So people are like, is she talking about Andy? Is she talking about Andy? He said, I should watch Nene's interview. She didn't talk about anyone. Okay, which interview is that? Is that the one for Glamour? Michelle, the dudes are biracial. I think Brett's mom is Black. Okay, I don't even know who they are. We're talking about the show. No, she isn't. Playing Black women against Black women. What else y'all saying in here? You said my thumbnail is of her. Oh, no. Y'all are so wrong. Why y'all be talking about that lady nose like that? Okay, anyway, let me continue. So another thing that she said that was interesting, she retweeted this that someone said, exactly, Nene leaks. Andy and Bravo has to know RHOA has higher ratings than the Kardashians, yet they make a significant amount more, 4.5 million each. Andy, that's systemic racism. Kim Z keeps her show year after year. It barely has 500K viewers. Woo! Now, y'all remember when Kandi got on her high horse and kept saying Nene was talking about her, Nene was talking about her, and me, the blog goddess, kept telling you that Nene was talking about Kim Zolciak? Well, I don't know if that is proof or not, but her retweeting that seems to imply that there's some truth to it. I'm just saying. I said it was Kim Zolciak. A couple of y'all said it was Lisa Vanderpump. It could have been one, either one or both, but at the end of the day, she was talking about Caucasians getting a show year after year, whereas brown girls don't necessarily get a show. Kandi getting these little snippets of a show every now and then that don't ever get renewed is not the same thing as Lisa Vanderpump going from a Housewives to a Vanderpump Rules, which is a separate show. It's not the same as a Kim Zolciak going from a housewife to Tardy for the Party, which is a separate show. I don't know why y'all don't understand that and why we have to keep breaking it down to you over and over and over and over again. But I mean, you know, if Kandi wants to have a show up under the RHOA umbrella, get a few extra checks, that is fine with Kandi. Kandi is doing what Kandi needs to do for herself and her family. But what Kandi is not doing is getting a spinoff, period. Now, do y'all understand? Have y'all figured that out yet? Have y'all understood? I don't understand if y'all don't understood. You said Kandi is afraid to lose her platform. I don't know, but it seems like people don't seem to understand that. But, you know, I don't know. It's just interesting. And then